Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Let's get started. And our first one comes from Red Hearts. Am I the beehole for telling my sister not to come back to my home because of her unruly children? Hi everyone, yesterday was my birthday. My sister came in from New York to spend the weekend with me and brought her kids along. I'm not big on birthdays, but I figured I'll do something small, at least spend time with my family. My sister arrived Friday night with the intention of spending the weekend. I lived on the third floor. Her kids woke up at 6 a.m. Saturday morning and were running around in my small 3-bedroom apartment. She also has 2 teenagers who left my bathroom messy and out of order. They are also leaving lights on, turning on the heat without notifying me, running up the light and electric bill. I gently pointed these things out to her and told her that we're on the third floor and out of respect for the neighbors downstairs, we should try to keep things quiet. I should point out that I have no kids and enjoy this aspect about my life. I don't hate kids and enjoy being around the children in my family, but I do get annoyed when the kids are unruly and disrespectful, related or not. Anyways, she packed her things and made it seem like we were all good. She said she was staying at my other sister's house and coming back the following day so that we can celebrate my birthday on Sunday. She gave me no indication that she was upset about anything I said or did during her time here. The next day, I got a measly happy birthday text and she was a no-show. She did not come to my home and left back to New York from my sister's home. I responded, thank you, but then later found out she was upset that I asked her to control her children while in my home. My mother eventually told me why she was a no-show for my actual birthday. The following day, I text her and let her know that moving forward, when she comes to town, that she should stay at my sister's. She tried to act like she was unaware about what was going on, but I couldn't really give a crap. The damage is done. Am I in the wrong for asking her to rein in her kids while they're in my home? I ended up spending my birthday alone with zero family, all because of misunderstanding. Maybe it was deserved. Edit. Wow. Didn't expect for this to get any views or comments. I thought I should add some more info since some of the comments requested a bit more to make a proper assessment of whether I'm the beehole. The kids are aged 13, 14, and 3. The 3-year-old is very rambunctious, while the 13-year-old and the 14-year-old are always on their phones and leave messes everywhere they go. I could tell whether they were in a room or not after they left a room, depending on the condition of said room. My other sister's 2-year-old was also there. My neighbor just came in from a work trip Friday night and was most likely jet lagged and tired. I wanted to be respectful of that. I just moved in the 1st of November. I am broke and on a tight budget. Edit 2/final edit. I just want to say thank you to everyone who offered their 2 cents and really tried to play devil's advocate, without getting their personal feelings involved. For the record, I do not hate kids. I just personally decided not to have any because I grew up in a dysfunctional family and did not want to pass that on. I still have a lot to work on and have learned a lot from this post, from childcare to healthy communication tips, etc., etc. Although I mostly got not the beehole votes, I will still be apologizing and reaching out to make sure we're on good terms moving forward. She will always be welcome, but there are rules to follow in my home, just like there are in all of your homes. Thanks again for your responses. Happy holidays to you and your homes. I OP, judging from those edits, it looks like you've, figured out what you're going to do, but I'll still give a rating. I'm going to say you're not the beehole. Yeah, people have rules when you enter their homes, and you should follow their rules. And thank you for being considerate to the people, around you and not making loud noises, because that gets annoying in apartment complexes. And that's such a common trope of parents not watching their kids and disciplining them. Your sister needs to discipline her kids, especially when they're in other people's homes. But yeah, I hope you work out any problems you have with your sister. And our next one comes from Lucio05. Am I the beehole for saying, that's rich, coming from you, to a family with kids when they complained about our dog? Hi y'all, this sub recently helped me out with another issue, so I figured I could return and present another issue, even though it's not that dramatic. Context: my family was at a restaurant to eat out because we celebrated Uncle's 50th birthday. We also brought our dog along. I completely understand when people are annoyed when there are dogs everywhere, and some people really take it too far. I get it, but basically, we had no choice. Our girl has trauma and can't stay alone for too long, and we had no one to watch her, and I know everyone says that. But she's really well behaved. She just lays under the table, looks around a bit, and sometimes begs a little, but only from us. She's also really small. Anyway, there are some couples and groups of three present, but only the other bigger party were, what I guess, a mom, a grandma, and two kids, 3 to 6-ish. I should say that I like kids. I really do. I want to work with kids, in fact. I'm 18, by the way. But these little guys were still somewhat disturbing. They screeched and yelled, and one of the kids asked like 3 times for fries when they already ordered for him. A bit annoying, but not to the point I would complain, honestly. However, pretty suddenly, the grandma started to complain about people that bring their dog everywhere, and that it was so gross when one is in a closed area. She looked in our direction with an annoyed face. And I admit, it annoyed me. Would it have been any of the other guests, I would have understood. But our girl was simply minding her own business while their kiddos annoyed everyone. So I looked at her and said, "That's rich, coming from you, since your group is the most disturbing one here, while no one complains about Tinka." The grandma stared at me, and then looked at my parents so they would say something, but my mom simply continued to eat, and my dad looked back at her grinning. She looked like she wanted to say more, but the other woman told her to let it be and try to calm the kids down. We didn't interact further for the rest of our stay. This happened 2 days ago, but I'm still unsure if it was my call to say what I said. Because I know how kids can be, and it really can be annoying when everyone brings their dog everywhere. But I just feel I needed to defend my dog because she wasn't doing anything. So Reddit, am I the beehole? Edit, I didn't ask if I'm the beehole for bringing our dog with us. The restaurant was dog friendly. Edit 2, I'm not American. Please stop calling me names for doing something legally. Edit 3, I'm going to log out now. This is a little bit overwhelming, and some people are sadly getting toxic. I'll accept everyone's judgment. I honestly don't want to start a dogs and kids restaurant debate, and I see how that dog culture is very different in Europe than in the US. Thanks to the nice and constructive people who didn't just call me names. Hi OP, that sucks that people got toxic and called you names, but learning more about the story that the restaurant's dog friendly, so it's fine to do, I don't see how you're in the wrong, especially if your dog is well behaved as you say. Yeah, I don't know how people don't discipline and raise their children right, because I know back in the day when my mother and father would take me and my siblings out to eat, we didn't run around and act like unruly goblin creatures. And I do not know what their grandma was expecting. You want to talk crap to people, expect to get it thrown back at you. But, judging as the restaurant says it's pet friendly and your dog wasn't doing anything, yeah, I'm gonna say you're not the beehole. You should stick up for yourself and not let people step all over you like that. Which you did stick up for yourself, so good for you. Our next one comes from Much Caterpillar 62-3. Am I the beehole for refusing to get in the tub after my husband stood in it with his outside flip-flops? My husband and I are on a trip at a B&B with a clawfoot tub. I am a very clean person and generally paranoid about the cleanliness standards of hotels, so I've sort of trained my husband to wear flip-flops in hotels versus bare feet. We also wear flip-flops into showers, or tubs that we don't plan to bathe in, but apparently he thinks this applies to a tub we're about to bathe in as well. Tonight, we decided to bathe in the tub. He was about to use soap to wash the tub before the soak, but I noticed he worn his flip-flops to the shower in the tub. These flip-flops have been outside on the streets. The amount of germs and trash they brought made me 100% sure I wouldn't be taking a bath there. But he got upset at me. Instead, according to him, I'm making up new rules. I don't think I did, because this is implied. It blows my mind that he thinks differently. Am I the beehole for thinking this? I think he should apologize for ruining a relaxing bath. He won't because he feels that he didn't do anything wrong and blames me for changing rules. So, am I the beehole? First edit. To add, thank you for all of your judgment. I'm seeing a consensus that I'm the beehole. Reasons my logic for cleaning practices is unclear. My germophobia would be improved if I actually learned how they work and how they impact the body. I should react more productively to my husband's mistakes when accommodating my special standards. I also saw multiple messages to get therapy. I don't think I need it. One, it's not really impacting my life or my husband's life that much. No need to explorate our lives from this one incident. 2. I know I need to chill about germs and cleanliness. I'm going to talk to my husband about what makes sense and what doesn't, and will be clearer and more fairer than before. Second and last edit. To add, again, thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts. I'm still reading new replies, but they mostly touch on things that have been discussed previously, so I'm not adding repeated replies. I spoke with my husband, and he read the post. We agree I have some OCD/germophobia. But it's not really negatively impacting our life, certainly not enough to need therapy. I should be nicer about him accidentally doing something I disagree with. Also, I have nothing against therapy. I just don't think there's anything to discuss/explore here. It's also not a panacea. The groupthink here to just suggest therapy to anyone you disagree with is a bit concerning. But that's probably just Reddit being Reddit. I know most of you mean well. Thank you again. Hi, OP. I'm gonna say you're the beehole, but not like a hardcore beehole. I get it. I'm a bit of a germaphobe, but I'm not as intense as you are. This situation just seems kind of silly to me. It's a tub. Just pour the water, get some soap out, and clean the tub, and then get in the tub. Done. But after reading the edits, it looks like you know what you're going to do, and I agree, yeah, talk about it. This seems like a simple thing to fix. And our final one comes from TT Bean 4. It's not TT, but I don't think I could say the other word on the YouTubes. Am I the beehole for telling my friend's boyfriend that he shouldn't have been allowed to eat? Some friends and I decided to do the trend where we have a dinner and everyone brings foods that starts with the first letter of their name. There is one friend of ours that's a bit of a moocher. Whenever we go out, she never pays for stuff. Whether it's the dinner bill, tickets for the movies, etc., etc., we always end up paying for her. But everyone accepted this and doesn't really have an issue with it. However, recently, it's become worse. She's been dating this guy for a couple of months, and she brings him everywhere with her, even when he's not invited, so now we have to pay for 2 people. Also, I feel like I have to say that they have jobs. They are not struggling. It'd be different if they were broke, then of course I wouldn't mind. But yeah, we had the dinner last night, and everyone brought food and put a lot of effort into it. These 2, however, showed up with absolutely nothing, not even a bottle of soda. We were annoyed, but nobody said anything. It wasn't until the end of the night, when they were leaving, that I cracked a little. The friend's boyfriend was taking home all of the barbecue ribs that were left. I repeat, all of it, and it was a lot. Like, damn, be considerate at least. He emptied the entire tray of ribs into one container. That's when I politely asked, can you maybe not take all of it? The others might want some too. He got all defensive and asked, why are you treating me like I'm stealing all the food? I clarified that I'd never said such a thing and that I only asked that he didn't take all of it. He got angry and plopped the ribs back down and said, fine, I don't need your food, to which I replied, it kinda seems like you do, and to be honest, you shouldn't have eaten at all since you didn't contribute again, as usual. Then my friend came, took him, and just left without saying anything. Now apparently she's angry with us, mainly me. Most of my friend group don't think I did anything wrong, but there are a couple saying that I shouldn't have said anything. The thing is, I didn't say anything to my friend because I don't mind that she doesn't contribute. Her boyfriend was the one irritating me. He eats the most food, but doesn't contribute. Drinks the most alcohol, doesn't contribute. orders really expensive meals at the restaurants, doesn't contribute towards the bill. I guess I kinda got annoyed and snapped at him. I tried phoning her to clarify that I don't have any issues with her, but she's ignoring me. I don't know, maybe I should have left well enough alone. Ah, OP, OP. You're not the beehole, but man, you are getting taken for a ride. That's crazy how you're okay with your friend mooching off of you like that, and you're excusing her, but you're going after the boyfriend. Yeah, he's a jerk too, but your friend's also a jerk too. Also, when it comes to the ribs, I probably would have slapped the taste out of his mouth. I'm ferociously territorial over ribs. Looking down the comments, I'm looking at Callie the Blaze. You're not the beehole for this event, but why on earth do you and your friends tolerate them mooching like that? Tell them they need to pay their own way and to do it. If you go to a movie, buy your own tickets and tell them to pay or leave. Get separate checks at the restaurants. When the server first comes to the table, tell them you'll need separate checks. As a former restaurant employee, I can tell you that it's fairly easy to split the check if you know it'll be a split before entering things, and a royal pain to go back and split the check if you enter together. You and your friends have been complete doormats. When you let bad behavior repeatedly go unchanged, it never stops, it often worsens. I agree. Heck, in this case, it has worsened. She brought another mouth to feed. But I believe Callie is being a little too nice. Personally, I would have cut this person out of my life. They seem to be a leech and they have no problems treating you like garbage and letting other people treat you like garbage. OP, just my advice, I would lose that friend. So before we wrap things up, I'm sorry if you heard any noises in the background. It's really windy today, and so that's what it is. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. Can you please do what I said in the beginning and like, comment, and subscribe? It will really help the channel out, and it'll get you more videos like this every day. Velvet out.